Sometimes when the opportunity knocks at your door, you want to take it. This week I get a chance to test ride a 2012 Ural Yamal Limited Edition. This bike is a 750cc sidecar. I don't normally get too excited about riding bikes, but this one has been on my list for many years. There's just something so cool about these bikes that I think almost everybody is drawn to these bikes. Thanks for joining me today on Back 48 EV. Let's dig right into it and get my first impressions.
Wow, this is definitely different. Reminds me of maybe like riding a four-wheeler almost. I can almost picture myself being in a battlefield on this thing. Whoa! It almost feels like when you give it some gas, it wants to drift to the right a little bit. Whoa! Gotta find my brake. That's not the brake. That's the brake. I have no idea what that was. Alright, let's start this again. Alright guys, so if you're just now tuning in, I am on a Ural. Let me find the gear. Okay, I can do it. Alright, here we go. It is a 4-speed, as he stated. And I've actually always wanted one of these things. There's something that is very fascinating about this to me. But it's definitely not like riding a normal motorcycle, and that's definitely for sure. Earlier today, the gentleman that owns this bike was out riding with us. We went on a pretty cool route, and you know, when it came to coming up on a right-hand turn, it is a little bit different because, you know, this thing feels like it might want to come up a little bit. My first impressions on this thing is, man, this thing is super fun, but I feel like I would need a little bit more weight in the sidecar here. But if you guys don't really know about Urals, they've been around since World War II era. Dude, I would love to have one of these. It was really funny because the guy that owns it, I've known him for several years now, and I'm just skimming through YouTube and looking at Urals, and there he is. I see him just on a random YouTube video, and he's talking about his Ural. He's part of a Ural club, and cool thing about these bikes is you can go to any type of event or anything. You know, you could have a tricked out Harley, but everybody gets drawn to these things because they're so cool looking. Some people might not like them, but the majority of the people, they really like these things. Probably just like me. Not a super fast thing, and it is a little hard to get used to. Like I said, it wants to draw to the right when you give it a little bit of gas. I don't know if that has to do with the two-wheel drive on this beast. The shifting is a little bit hard to get to because it's under, and I just killed it. But let me kind of show you guys. The shifting is a little bit hard to get to because it's right under the head right there, or the jug. And the brake, you guys can see, it's a brake right there. Honestly, I don't really know what this is right here. I don't know if that just connects you into, I believe this is your two-wheel drive. There's a little knob right here. Yeah, this puts you into two-wheel drive. Let's try that out. And am I on? Yeah, I gotta be in neutral. steering is definitely a little bit harder. It's whoa, feels that thing wanted to go up on two wheels there. Yeah, it is definitely a little bit harder, and I would say that a four-wheeler even feels like it has better stability in this thing. And this would be, I would say this is something for somebody that's not doing crazy off-road stuff. I'm sure the hardcore Ural guys could ride the piss out of this thing and show me how it's done. But I think for the most part, this is not something that a random dirt bike or motorcyclist would be comfortable riding with. I personally like it and would love to get one of these. Let's go down that trail there. What I do notice about this bike is it's really kind of hard to get your feet under that under the head of the motor here, and it's hard to get your foot under there and shift gears. But that could also be just like if you're not familiar with wearing motocross boots, how difficult it is to find the shift lever. I do feel like I'm kind of leaning to the left here a lot with this thing. It's not for everybody. It does have a lot of old charm to it, old style suspension, and from what I hear, they've converted it from converted the not suspension, but the disc brakes. It used to be all just drum brakes, but I constantly feel like I'm having to lean to the right so it doesn't really tip over. Alright guys, appreciate you guys joining me on this first test ride of a Ural. I really like this thing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next week. Vintage out.